What is up, YouTube? Today, I'm going over the worst losses of 2025. We've had a big year of UFC fights, and these are some of the losses of this year that have affected fighters in the worst way, and were just horrible losses, not only for their career, but kind of for the storylines of the UFC in each division. Starting off, Bo Nickel. He was an undefeated prospect coming into the UFC. A lot of wrestling attributes about him. There was a lot of hype and a lot of hate, and he was just an up and coming contender on an undefeated streak. And he lost in an embarrassing fashion. He lost to a knee to the body from Rainer de Ritter, and he got clowned, mocked a lot for it. And he did come back and get a very impressive win, but that loss just kind of destroyed a lot of stock for Bo Nickel. I'm a big Bo Nickel fan. Um, I've been supporting this guy since he came up, but that loss that he suffered was very devastating for his stock, even though he kind of earned it a little bit back with I think it was a KO finish. But yeah, Bo Nickel starting off this list with one of the worst losses of the year. Next, we have Aaron Pico. Aaron Pico came from another fight organization, and he lost in a very spectacular way. He had a lot of hype around him, a lot of hype around him. A lot of people were excited to see him come to the UFC finally, and there was people saying that he was going to do a lot of things in the UFC, and he got spinning elbow KO'd by Lerone Murphy, I'm pretty sure. Very tragic for him and his career, even though I'm pretty sure, has been finished before. He was on a very big win streak, I think. But yeah, this loss for him was kind of horrible towards his career, which leads me to Patchy Mix. Patchy Mix, I think, recently got a win, but he has 2 losses in the UFC. He's 2-1 right now in the UFC, I think. He was another champ from a different fight organization, Bellator, and he had a lot of hype behind him too when he came over. And again, he just could not compete with Yair Rodriguez, and I don't even know who he fought after Yair, but he just got another win in his last fight. So he's 2-1 in the UFC, or 1-2. He's 1-2 in the UFC right now. Next, I'm grouping them all together. The Fighting Nerds. They all have lost this year. 2 of them by decision, that being Kaio and Prates. Rufy got subbed and Gene got KO'd. They all took a loss this year. A lot of stock drop for them all. But Rufy and Prates both got some. I think Prates they've all lost except Prates. Prates just won his last fight by knockout, and Rufy has probably had a KO of the year contender on his KO against Bobby Green. But all of them lost this year, so I grouped them all into one. This was horrible stock loss for them. They were all undefeated in the UFC, and all were hyped contenders in the divisions that they fight in. But it was a bad year for him. Sean O'Malley. Sean O'Malley lost to Rob in 2024 and again to him via submission in 2025. That is major stock loss for the guy. He's about to fight Song Yadong, which I took him to win. But him losing to Merab twice, especially via submission, that's Merab's first finish in I think 5 years, maybe more than that. It's bad. It's bad to be Merab's first finish within 5+ years. Moving on, we got Leon Edwards. Leon Edwards is 0-3 right now. He's a former champion of the division. He has lost in all 3 ways: decision, sub, and KO. He's on a downward spiral right now. There's really no... I think he used all of his prime on that head kick KO against Kamaru Usman, and then he edged out a decision win against Usman in the rematch, or the trilogy, and then went on a decision win against Colby Covington, and then lost to Bilal, lost to Brady, and then lost to Prates. I don't really know what's next for him. Maybe a Neil Magny, Joff Neal, one of the two. It's welterweight though, so maybe Buckley. They're both on a... he's 0-3, Buckley's 0-1. But, I don't know what's next for him. If he loses one more, he's probably done. They'll probably cut him, even though he is a former champion. Um, they've cut people for way less. They've cut people on wins. But yeah, I think if he loses one more, he's done. Next, Brandon Royval. Brandon Royval was a former contender. He gave Pantoja one of the highest contested matchups. Now Now he's on a 0-2 losing streak to new contenders. He just got KO finished by Manal Kopp, I think, in the first round, and then he went on a 3-round war and got dropped in the third round against Joshua Van. So he's lost to the current champion, the former champion, and now the number 1 contender. Or number 2 contender, I guess, because Manel is number 2 compared to Pantoja. Pantoja's number 1. But yeah, once probably one of the toughest guys in the division. Gave Pantoja a tough matchup. I think he even gave Brandon Moreno a tough matchup too. No, he got subbed by Brandon Moreno. I forgot to put Brandon Moreno on this list actually. Whoops. Brandon Moreno took a bad loss this year too. But yeah, he's definitely done for. Manel Kopp just finished him in the first round. Joshua Van went to war with him, won 2 rounds. So yeah, Brandon Royval's on a losing streak unless he can get it back against Kai Kara France, but I'm pretty sure they already fought, so I don't know. Next, Henry Cejudo, former 2 division champ with great wins. He's lost twice this year, one in an embarrassing way and another in a 50-45 domination. Maybe a 49-46, but when he got eye poked by it wasn't Song Yadong that eye poked him, was it? I don't know. He lost in the Seattle Fight Night main event to an eye poke, and then he got dominated by Peyton Talbot. I can't fucking see, man. Yeah. So former champion Triple C. He lost horrendously twice this year. Horrible for his career. He's lost to some big names and littler names. Whoops. So yeah, hopefully that doesn't really stain his legacy too much. Rainer de Ritter. I don't know why I used this picture of him, but he was a rising contender. He was rising the ranks very fast. He beat Bo Nickel, Whitaker, and Holland all this year just to lose to Brendan Allen, which ended up losing him a bunch of stock and hype. He's about to fight Kyle Braho, I think. Not the first Paramount card. It's a Paramount. No, it might be the first Paramount card. Maybe if not that, but the second. He is fighting Kyle Braho on one of the Paramount cards as a preliminary card. I don't know, but he has a fight coming with Kyle. Hopefully, he wins that to gain a lot of that stock back. But yeah, because he was looked at to be one of the guys to fight RDR, or no, not RDR, DDP, because him and DDP have a very similar style, very goofy and weird. And everyone was kind of looking forward to that fight. And now that he's on not a losing streak, but just lost all that kind of stock that he was gaining from winning 3 fights this year, losing his 4th. Yeah, it was a horrible loss, especially to Brandon Allen, who hasn't really done much in middleweight in a while, and I don't really expect him to do much. Last but not least, Jamal Hill. Jamal Hill, what do I even say? I've been supporting this guy. I've been a supporter of this guy. He's 0-3. He's lost, all 3 ways. Or no. Yeah, all 3. KO, submission. Or no. He hasn't lost in all 3. He's lost twice to KO. And 1 by sub. Or 1 by decision. He got 49-46 or even 50-45 by Khalil. And he got TKO'd by Yuri, both this year. And he's a former champ. He's 0-3 in his last 3. He got KO'd by Pereira, TKO'd by Erie, and dominated by Khalil. I don't know what's next for him. You could give him Reyes. You could give him Magomed Ankalaev. I don't think they'll give him Magomed. You give him Jan in a rematch. But it's probably going to be like Reyes, Jan. Who else is there? Rakic. Krylov. One of those guys. Yeah, no one in the top 5 probably for him. And I do think, I don't know. I think I don't know. If he loses one more, he's probably done. He'll be 0-4, former champion in his mid-30s. I think he's like 35. I don't really know what's next for him if he loses one more. I don't even know what's next for him right now, and he's 0-3. Yeah, you could probably give him like a Krylov or a Rakic or a Jan, or maybe they do give him Magomed, but I don't think they do. I think Magomed beats him. Maybe a Johnny Walker rematch. Johnny Walker's on a little bit of a resurgence. But I don't know. I don't really know who's next for him. He doesn't have anything announced yet, anything booked. Most of these guys, well, none of these guys really do. Cejudo's retired. He just got finished. He's fighting Yudong. He's fighting RDR. Don't know what he's up to. Don't know. He just got to win. He's about to fight Arnold Allen. I don't know what's up with him. Like, half these guys don't have anything lined up except for O'Malley, RDR, /Kaio. And that's really it. So, yeah. I don't really know how to matchmake most of these guys. I don't really know what's up for him. So, yeah. Let me know if there's any losses I missed or any losses you would add or take off from this list. And let me know what you guys think is next for these guys who have taken some big losses this year. And let me know how they can come back from it, because truly there might not be any coming back for them. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know what y'all think, and goodbye.